If you're looking to secure the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Black Phantom, that is exactly what I'm going to show you how to do in today's video. These are the most hype release of the month, so it is so important that we're taking advantage of every possible way to cop them. I'll be live streaming this entire drop, which is going down on Thursday, December 15th, so make sure you guys sub to the channel, make sure you throw a like on today's video, and make sure you're pulling up to the live stream too. On that note, let's get into it. The retail price on these Black Phantoms is coming in at $150, and if we take a look at current resale prices, we can see that these are going for over $2,000 a pair. Once the release happens and once people start to get pairs in hand, I think these are going to end up right around the $1,100 to maybe $1,200 range. These are rumored to be the highest stock Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low that has ever released, and if that proves to be true, then maybe we can see resale prices dip even a little bit further. Regardless of if these are super high stock or not, they are still going to be very difficult to cop, and we're going to get into the first way to be able to do this now, which is going to be on Travis Scott's website. There was once a point in time when Travis Scott would shock drop his shoes first come first serve on his website, but those days are long gone, and now he simply releases them by a raffle. I have two pieces of advice for actually being able to hit on these Travis Scott raffles, and the first is probably what most of you could have already guessed, but that's going to be to get as many unique entries into these raffles as you possibly can. Unique entries essentially just mean using a unique email and also using a unique phone number for every entry that you're getting in, and ideally you want to be using a different IP address as well. The easiest way to be able to do this is by entering up on your computer on your home Wi-Fi and then doing other entries on your phone's LTE or mobile data, because that's going to be giving you a different IP address. As far as the emails go, you have to be using ones that you have access to, because when they're drawing the winners, they are going to send you an email with an invoice and you only have 30 minutes to be able to pay it. For the phone numbers, you can pretty much use any random phone number. I really don't think it matters. The only real benefit to having phone numbers you have access to is that they're also going to text you if you want a pair, but if you do have access to the email and you're keeping an eye on it, you really don't need the phone number to be legit. So the first tip is entering up on as much unique information as you possibly can. And the second tip is going to be more of a theory, but I have talked with many people about this. I have seen people consistently hit these raffles over and over and over again, and that is going to be buying merch on the same email that you are entering the raffle in. This could be some sauce or it could be absolutely nothing. That is up to you to decide what it is, but I've seen people buy merch and then use that same information when entering up on the raffle, and it always seems like they do hit a lot of the times. Nobody watching this video should just go start buying a ton of merch, because in no way is that going to guarantee that you actually win the sneaker. But what I'm saying is that maybe if you like a piece for personal, or maybe if you have a way to move this merch to consignment stores or other sneaker stores, then that could potentially increase your chances of being able to win the shoe too. But once again, guys, this is a theory. In no way is this proven. I'm just speaking on what I have seen in the past and what I have talked with people about before. Besides that, the rest is going to come down to luck. There was over 2 million entries on the last reverse mocha raffle. The more raffle entries, the better. It's a probability game, and just try to get in as many unique entries as you can. And if you ever have bought merch in the past, or maybe you plan on buying some of this merch, make sure that you're using the same information for that when entering up on the raffle too. The next way to get your hands on a pair of these Black Phantoms is going to be from online raffles. And guys, I think that there are going to be a ton dropping for this sneaker because of the high stock and because of what we saw on the reverse mochas. I really do think a ton of retailers will be receiving these, and it's your job to enter up on as many of these raffles as you possibly can. Some of the main ones that should be opening up over the next week or so can include Kith, Noter, SNS, Exhibition, Undefeated, and Concepts. And like I said, guys, I really do think a lot of retailers will be receiving these, and I do think there's going to be a good amount of raffles to be able to enter for this sneaker. Within my Discord server, SoFlo Supply, we have an automated raffle channel that posts each and every single raffle for every hype release, and we also provide detailed release information for literally every shoe coming out. So if that's something you guys are interested in checking out, I'll leave a link to our website down in the description below. There's also going to be a single Foot Locker that should be receiving some pairs of these Black Phantoms, and it's going to be the same one that always does, which is the one in LA on 620 South Broadway. And at least to my knowledge, this is the only Foot Locker that has ever received Travis's in the past. They received the fragments, and maybe they received the reverse mochas as well. I'm not entirely sure, but this is the only Foot Locker to my knowledge that has ever done something like this. There's more than likely going to be a very, very small amount of pairs, but if you do live in LA, then 100% go for it. The next way to get your hands on a pair of these Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Black Phantoms is going to be from the infamous Sneakers app. They haven't loaded on the app just yet, and typically this happens with these hyped up releases. They usually load them anywhere from 2 to 4 days before the actual drop happens. So if you go and look for them, there's nothing on the app right now. It is highly likely that they load up the 2 to 4 days before the release, so just keep an eye out for that. On Sneakers and on Travis's site, they will be dropping a full size run of this shoe. So you guys want to be entering up on literally every every size because they are all going to be profitable. My manual sneakers account literally hit on the reverse mochas in a preschool size. I ended up making like $100 off them. So definitely make sure you're entering up on all sizes on sneakers. And once again, guys, the same thing that applies to the Travis Scott raffle is also going to apply to sneakers. You need to be getting in as many entries as you possibly can with as much unique accounts, devices, and information as you can get your hands on. I would highly recommend hitting up all your friends and family, having them download the sneakers app and go and make an account. You can even incentivize them with a profit split, or you throw them cash on top of the win. Whatever it is, get as many devices as you possibly can into this raffle. You're gonna need unique information for each sneakers account that you have, and this includes the email, the phone number, and the payment method. It's very important that all three of these are unique, because if they're not, then your entries are simply going to get filtered out. I'm honestly expecting the sneakers out to be getting a good amount of stock on these. So once again, guys, get as many entries in as you possibly can, and that's gonna be your absolute best way of being able to hit. Once again, I will be live streaming this entire drop on Thursday, December 15th. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed today's video, and on that note, I'll catch you all on the next one.